Hope you are doing beautiful mathematics. We are at the verge of launching the second version of our Olympiad problem solving software. It also comes with some AI features now. I'll play around with it a little bit so that you can use the software effectively when you get an access to it. So let me just go and click on sign in. I can sign in with my Gmail account. So I'll just click on sign in with Google. And once I sign into the system, this is the interface. So it directly gives you a problem. It starts with a problem. That's the philosophy of Cheenta, that you always start with a problem and maybe then backtrack to concepts. Okay. So this is Math Olympiad level 4. Math Olympiad level 4 is roughly AMC8, NMTC, first level of IOQM, this sort of contests. Usually grade 7 students take it, 6, 7, sometimes 8 graders also take it. It has several modules in it. You could actually filter by modules and try only one type of problem. For example, this particular stream or goal has 4 modules: geometry, number theory, algebra, and combinatorics. So you can actually select any one of them and just practice those problems. What I suggest is, in the beginning, don't do it. Try the mixed set of problems, and the software will sort of learn how you learn. That's how the background algorithm is. It will adapt with the user. And then maybe if you, after a while, you can just select one module and try those problems. You can also filter by contests. For example, some of the problems in the database are from contests. Some of them are created by Cheenta. So all of these problems come with hints and solutions, and they are also fitted into the adaptive algorithm that this software uses. For example, you can just try the problems of AMC8. Instead of just looking at the solution, you can look at the hint and then try it on your own. And then again, you can also try the original problems which are in the system, which are also quite a few in number. So I'll not do any of that filtering right now. You can also do a little bit of chat. This is a new feature. I'll talk to you about it a little bit more later. But let's start with this problem. So I'll click on resume. This is the problem. It says a circle X has radius pi, a circle Y has circumference 8 pi, and a circle Z has radius area 9 pi. List the circles in order from smallest to largest radius. So what I'll do is I'll use this pen tool. I can actually look at a hint that I can do. If I click on hint, I see something, of course. But let's right away start solving it. There's a little whiteboard here that I can use, which you can also use if you're using this software as an early access. And I can do some small calculations here. This is very handy. Maybe you don't have a pen and paper in front of you. You can just quickly do some calculations. So I'll do some calculations. So let me just go ahead and change the color. And the first circle, this is X. My handwriting won't be that good. I'm just using my mouse to write. So the radius is 3.14. Approximately, it's pi. So we know the radius. The second circle, Y. So I'll use a different color maybe. I'll use this one. Y has a circumference of 8 pi. Okay. So what is the formula for circumference? It's 2 times pi times the radius. So that is equal to 8 pi, which means, I can cancel off 2 pi from both sides. So the radius itself is 4. So Y has a radius 4. That's great. So that's the second circle. Now let's go to Z. So what do we know about Z? So let's change the color again. Maybe I use green just to differentiate. So Z is, the area is 9 pi. So we know that pi r square is then 9 pi, right? So I can immediately see r is equal to 3. So this is a little bit of calculation. This board is handy for that. So radius of Z is smallest. So Z is smallest. then comes the radius of x, and then comes the radius of y, right? So I can just minimize this. Z is less than y, x, z is less than x is less than y. I think this is the answer. So it also sort of gives you a sense of amount of time you have spent on this problem. All of this data is actually used in the backend by the algorithm to feed you better problems so that you learn all the topics as efficiently as possible over a course of time. So let's click on check. Yeah, the answer is correct. It gives me some amount of point as well. These points are calculated in a certain way, so it will add to your progress card. I'll show you the progress card. I can see the solution here, or I could go to the next activity. So I'll just go to the next activity. Now this problem is from number theory. So as I said, that a mixed set of problems will come. You can again check the hint. You can doodle some math and try to solve this problem. You could, if you see an error or if you have an idea related to the problem, you could put it as a comment in this. I'll just go to the progress bar and check out the progress that I'm doing. So it shows my strength. More problems I practice, I'll be able to see my weakness as well. I will be able to see my module-wise progress. So 100% means I am an expert on that module. So my current progress is really small. I just started solving some problems. So this is just a demo account, of course. It also gives me a history of the amount of time spent every day. Okay, so I could ask a question. So let me just go ahead and ask a question here. This is a LaTeX enabled forum. Let me say, so what is the relation of area and volume of triangles? So suppose I have a doubt on this problem, or I could challenge the community with the problem as well. So this is a LaTeX enabled question. So suppose LaTeX enabled forum. So suppose I write it like this. Suppose delta. So delta is like the symbol for a triangle. See, I used a LaTeX code here and it automatically rendered it. So it's a real-time rendering. So you'll be able to see what's happening. So suppose delta is a triangle. If you double the side length, what will happen to the area of delta? Similarly, if gamma is a cube, cube means a cubical box. If you double the side length, what happens to the volume? Okay, so you see how this works, right? So I'll submit it, and it's here, and someone can respond to it if they want. So that's another function. Of course, you can also go ahead and take mock tests. There are some active mock tests that I have. AMC8, Math Kangaroo, these two mock tests are active. IOQM and Junior Math Kangaroo is something that I could also explore. Similarly, there are ISI, VStat-B Math Entrance mock tests, AMC 10 mock tests. There are more mock tests. Those are not related to AIM level 4. That's why they are not showing up here. I could see past solved problems. So for example, this is the problem that I just solved. So I could check out the problems that I have solved before, and I could go back to practice and practice some more. Also, you could click on the chat with me button, which is right here. I have this little chat session that begins with the artificial intelligence bot, the large language model that's working at the back end. We are still fine-tuning it. The main idea is that the student or the user gets to do a little conversation about the problems that he or she is solving. So this is, of course, on prime numbers. So the bot is asking me, did you know that Greek philosopher Euclid was one of the first to study prime numbers, and the book Elements is still used today. So it's not necessarily math, it's about kind of the history and in and around math. Its job is mainly to invoke curiosity. We are also trying to measure curiosity, and this is a part of research in the research track programs at Cheenta. So let me write something here. Let's say, yes, I have heard about this. What did Euclid say about prime numbers? So the more conversations I do with the system, it kind of talks more about that idea. Um, you could go back to practice and then do some more practice. You could take a mock test. You could ask questions. I hope you're enjoying the system. It's still a little bit work in progress. We are fine tuning some of the parts of it, but its main job is to help kids to do interesting problems and have a conversation around mathematics. I'll see you in the next video when we will talk about more problems and more interesting features of this software. Until then, stay well and keep on doing beautiful mathematics. Bye.